Hi everyone and welcome to this video. We're going to look at how to improve your writing, and while I generally make these videos with Leaving Cert English students in mind, it will be useful to anyone of any age who wants to improve their writing for any exam or just to improve it. Who doesn't want to be a better writer after all? For a lot of students, grammar and punctuation is instinctual and never actually taught. We only learn it when we learn a foreign language, but not with English. For many of us, where to use a comma or a full stop or where to end or begin a sentence comes naturally, or it just feels right. But if you know how it all works, it makes you a much better writer because it gives you control over every word you put on the page, whether that's in an exam, an email, or an article. I'm going to start at the beginning, and in this video, we're going to look at clauses and phrases. Now, some of you may have learned about sentence structure before, and you may have learned about simple, compound, and complex sentences. But the terminology I'm going to use is single clause and multi-clause sentences, because when it gets a bit more challenging in later videos, it's easier to explain using these terms, using the term clause rather than just saying simple sentence or compound or complex sentence. So a clause is simply a group of words that has a subject and a verb. These are some examples of clauses. The girl cycled her bike. The dog pulled at his leash. A raven swooped low over the misty marsh. All of these sentences are examples of single clause sentences. There's one subject in blue and there is one verb in red in each of these sentences. A phrase, on the other hand, is a group of words that may contain a subject or a verb, or neither, but never both. The never both is really important. It's the quickest way to identify if a group of words is a phrase or a clause. It will never have both a subject and a verb. So here are some examples of phrases. Over the moon, moving quickly, John over there in the corner. None of these phrases can be clauses because they're all missing either a subject or a verb or both. So the first has neither. We don't know who or what is over the moon or what they're doing over the moon. The second has no subject. We don't know who is moving quickly. And the third has a subject, John, but no verb. None of these phrases make sense on their own. They would have to be connected to a clause for them to work. For example, if we take that second phrase, moving quickly, we could use it with a clause such as the mouse ate the crumbs on the floor. And it becomes moving quickly, the mouse ate the crumbs on the floor. Or the mouse, moving quickly, ate the crumbs on the floor. But notice what we have to do when we put a phrase and a clause together. We need to use commas to separate them. Similarly, if we look at the single clause sentences from earlier, we see that we can't run them together without doing something. The girl cycled her bike, the dog pulled at his leash. We know that this doesn't work, but we often don't know why. Well, the reason we can't have a sentence like this without some punctuation, such as a full stop, or a conjunction like and or while, is because they are both independent clauses. They make sense on their own. Just like the phrase moving quickly needs to be separated from the mouse eating the crumbs on the floor by commas, clauses need to be separated from each other too. We're going to look more at this in some upcoming videos. So in this video, you've just learned about the basic unit of a sentence, the clause, and the difference between a clause and a phrase. Remember, a clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb, and a phrase is a group of words with a verb or a subject, or neither, but never both. In the next video, we're going to be looking at multi-clause sentences, how we construct them, and why we use them. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it useful. Please subscribe to the channel, like and leave a comment, and come back for more content in the weeks to come.